We are here in the matter of Lawrence versus Sroka. Okay, what county is the CPS case, the Protective Services case in?
Kent.
Kent, it is here. Okay, good. When is the next neglect hearing?
You're talking about like the foster care court
I'm
hearing?
talking about the court hearing, yes.
I have it written down. I apologize. Give me a second.
Relax, relax. I should note for the record that this matter was set for a hearing at, check the time here, at 9:30. It is now 10 o'clock, and I will note that the defendant is not present, but there may be a reason for that. Yes.
14th, January 14th is the actual court date where we decide what happens next. And then
Okay.
on the 30th, actually, we have the family team meeting, which we sort of talk about things and what's going to happen in court, sort of, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the procedure. A third of what I do is abuse, neglect, a third is juvenile delinquency, and a third is the divorces. So
Okay.
what I would needed to know from you is CPS indicating they would close their case if I change custody?
Do you mean foster care?
Well, you said you have custody of the child right now, correct?
Yep, through foster care still.
Wait, is the child physically with you or not?
Yes, every night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it through foster care if you're the father?
I was in a treatment program last year. I started actually at the beginning of 2023, and I completed it. Actually, it took me about 13 months to get through the program and get everything set up.
But the child is physically with you right now.
Yeah, he has been for 5 or so months now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's through the neglect system that they've placed. What kind of parenting time does the mother have? Any?
She sporadically shows up to her visits, which I think
Okay.
it's right now it's like 2 hours twice a week, but her attendance is at like 25%.
All right. Understood. I guess my question is, have they indicated to you that they would close the neglect case if I change custody to you?
I have had a lot of indications about that. Yeah.
Okay. The reason that I'm asking that is because we need to kind of bring all of this together. Okay. What time on the 14th of January?
She actually, I had someone working with me. I didn't get the actual time, I guess. I have it written down for sure.
Okay, Miss
I
LeVay,
apologize for that.
hold on. Miss LeVay, can you look up the neglect case in this matter under Brian's name?
Yes.
And see what we've got going?
As far as the CPS reports kind of thing,
Now,
or
what
what?
I'm trying to do is coincide this. I need to hear from CPS that they truly want to close their case if I change custody. That makes a hearing a lot easier and quicker, because what they typically want to do is give one parent custody if the other parent is not doing well. Instead of terminating on the other parent's rights, they'll change custody in the custody matter, and then they'll drop the neglect case as long as certain orders are put in place to protect the child in the divorce case or the custody case.
I can't see orders, like certain orders for the neglect case. I do see there's a permanency planning review hearing with Judge Bryant on January 14.
At what time?
3 p.m.
Okay. Then I am going to do a hearing at 4 p.m. Okay. And I know that might overlap with my delinquency hearings, Ms. LeVay, but we'll get to them as soon after 4 p.m. as possible. That way we know what's going on with the permanency planning hearing. And I need to talk to the judge about that so that we can coincide these things, because I'm going to keep this case because it'll be a quick hearing. All right.
I have
you have a 3 o'clock hearing on the 14th with judge. I'm assuming that's by Zoom, or is it in person?
Do you want referee to come in? Are you asking me?
Yes, Ms. LeVay.
Oh, one moment, please.
Oh, no problem. What we normally do is I set it up so that we do this close right after the hearing on the neglect matter, because if CPS indicates that they want the custody switched, we will typically go through the factors. I'll put you under oath and we'll go through everything necessary, and we'll make the appropriate orders at an appropriate hearing. But that way we have protective services indicating fully what their intentions are. Okay. It's just a process right now. We just have to do it in the right order. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like you're doing everything fine and doing everything well. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
thank you for stepping up. And,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
you know, we do these every once in a while, but that is the order of things. Go to the team meeting, tell them that I said I'm going to
sure.
set a hearing right after their permanency planning hearing. And that way, if, you know, I'll do the hearing, and if that switches custody, they can issue an order afterwards that is known as a JC 36 that closes their case.
Okay.
All right. And we'll discuss parenting time for the mother at that time. It may need to be supervised at a professional agency if it happens at all. Okay.
Okay. All right. It was good to meet you. Thank you.
It's nice to meet you too. So I will see you on the 14th at 4 o'clock. Sounds
All
like you
right.
have sounds like you have an afternoon ahead of you.
At company party today, actually. So.
Oh, well, I mean, the afternoon
Yeah.
of the 14th. It's going to be, it's
Oh,
going to be a little bit busy.
no, just like today, like a lot of stuff going on, and so. But thank you.
No problem. You take care. I'll see you on the 14th.
Okay, bye.
All right.
And that's via Zoom.
That's via Zoom. It'll be the same Zoom meeting number.
Okay. I'll go to court to get that number then, or.
Okay. The Zoom number for me at 4 o'clock, it's the same one you just used.
Okay, I'm writing it down
All
right
right,
now. Thank you so much.
And I'm sorry, were you talking about judge's hearing, Rebecca?
Correct. That's via Zoom.
Okay. And the judge's hearing is by Zoom too at her Zoom meeting number. Okay. And I'll try and remember to zoom in maybe at that meeting and find out what's going on.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
writing this one down. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
Have a good day, sir. Have an
Bye-bye.
enjoyable party. Merry Christmas.
Right. Bonus check. Okay. Bye.
Oh, bonus check. That's even better. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, next. We are here in the matter of Lopez versus Lopez, case number 24-11142. Mr. Lopez is not present. And I know that you properly noticed him, correct, Mr. Hilderly?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to grant your motion to give her exclusive use of the home. My question is, we do have 2 kids here. It's kind of odd not to bring up custody, parenting time, and child support. Any thoughts? I mean, Mr. Lopez is still living at the house, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I will give him the 30 days to vacate. So he should be vacated by the time we get the order in, he should be vacated by February 1st.
Okay.
So the month of January. As to, you guys have been married for what, 3.5 years, 4 years?
October was 3 years.
Okay. How long ago did you buy the house?
I bought the house in 2018.
Okay. Were you together when you bought the house?
Mostly.
Okay. Was he living at the house then?
He moved in with me when I moved
Okay.
in.
Okay. Because there is still a marital portion of the house. So whatever it increased in value during the 3 years, it may be your separate property because it's in your name and you bought it before you were married. But there's still possible, you know, that there's an argument, but if he doesn't show up to make the argument, we'll do what's fair. Okay.
Right. Okay.
But I'm going to grant your motion, Mr. Hilderly, as it's set forth. But any thoughts on custody, parenting time, and child support? Do you just want to put that off until mediation?
I was hopeful that by the time we had this happen that we there would be that mediation. I haven't seen it come back yet. I'm not sure.
What triggers it is he has to file a response.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
then
figured.
it sets the scheduling conference. That's why I was asking if there's something you wanted me to do to get the ball rolling on this, you know, because it doesn't seem like.
I'm trying to see. I think he was served on the 4th.
Let's see. This was filed on November 7th. And in accordance, date and time of service was December 2nd.
December 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe if we pursue the
I was
default,
gonna say,
would that move anything?
Then you just proceed on for entry of the judgment of divorce through default.
I think that's maybe the way.
Okay. That's why I was just asking, because
yeah,
all I'm trying to do is I don't want to make an argument for him, but at the same time, I want to make an argument and try and do what's best for the kids.
I
But
understand.
in any event, though, I will let you proceed then I just was wondering if you know the case better than I do. So all I'm trying to do is help you get through it.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. We'll submit
Ms.
an
Lopez,
order.
good luck and submit that order, and we'll have to move out by February. Now you will be maintaining all costs and everything with the house.
I've done so.
You've done so
This
since the
far along.
beginning? Yeah, okay. Alrighty. But yeah, if you're living there, you pay the bills. Alrighty.
Mhm.
That's kind of the gist of the
Okay.
motion, was that you've been paying it all along, but I was just trying to figure out what how long and what things been going on. All right. Have a
All
good
right.
morning. Take
Thank
care of
you. You too.
yourselves.
All right, thank you.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
On the record of the matter of Pickens versus Colegrove, case number 23-09077DS. I have a question. Wasn't there a guardianship in this case?
Yes,
Yeah.
Is the child still in a guardianship?
no, she's with me now.
She's with you now. Okay.
Mhm.
And what is the current ordered parenting time?
There is no order of parenting
It-
time.
Yeah.
Well, there was through the guardianship, but there isn't anymore.
Okay, well, that with the guardianship being
Um,
dissolved, hold on, I'm trying to set the stage here, Mr. Colegrove. With the guardianship being dissolved, the orders of the court in this case go back into play. So this was sent to the front of the court, and then there was a recommendation that was sent out on February 15th, 2024.
Mhm.
It does not look like that was ever entered. What, does anybody know what happened to that?
What recommendation is that?
Every other weekend, every other
Well,
holiday.
it's not part of the court order.
Okay.
So
Well,
the only court order in here says that parenting time is by agreement of the parties. If there's no agreement,
oh,
then there's no
okay, I
parenting.
didn't know that. I thought there was.
Well,
a
that's why
order.
that's why I'm trying to set the stage, because I'm trying to find out where you both are at, because there's been a
okay.
guardianship intervention
Yes, sir.
and nobody told me about what was going on with the guardianship. Normally the probate court under the guardianship controls parenting time. This court then has no authority. Once
Oh,
the guardianship is dissolved, the orders in this case go back into play. And I was just trying to figure out, because it says a recommendation was sent out.
I didn't know there other thing. I thought there was an order through the child support, but I wasn't sure what it was.
The order of the child support indicates, because this was brought by the prosecutor, not by either one of you. And this was
Mhm.
because of state aid in the case. Okay.
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 All right. So they only dealt with child support. But the order, trying to find the right order now, orders that the mother has initial custody of the child without prejudice to the determination of either parent's custodial rights in the future. Respondent has the right to parenting time as previously ordered. If no order or prior provision exists, then parenting time shall be by the agreement of the parties.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is where this stands.
Like,
I just didn't know. That sounds fine.
can I say something, sir?
Sure, I was gonna give you the chance. I was trying to set the stage, tell you where you're all at.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. May I proceed?
yes,
All right. Well, there's really no agreement on the party because she hasn't been letting me see my like the last hearing where she got guardianship. They haven't let me see my child for a couple weeks, and I still haven't been seeing my kid. So they told me to go file an order to proceed the last order, because there was an order set before the guardianship, and I was getting her every other week. It said every other weekend, and it said every other holiday.
yeah, and again, I don't see that order in the court file.
Yeah, and me and her don't have an agreement because she's not.
Right, and if there's no agreement, then there's no parenting time at this point. She has control.
Right, so I have
Because
to go to
she has sole custody.
right.
So, but she has some concerns here about what's happening when you do have parenting time, and that's why she
Yeah.
stopped it.
Well, those are allegations.
What? Yeah, those are
Yeah, those are
allegations, but
Absurd. Yeah.
in what way are they absurd?
Well, because there was no problem until me and her had some type of argument. Then after that, now she says my daughter's acting up. She comes to my house. She does
Okay.
this. Because my daughter says things when she comes to my house that her mom treats her bad, cuss her. I never bring that type of stuff up. I just remind my daughter that she's loved. So,
Okay. All righty.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, her order was to terminate any parenting time, but there's no parenting time to terminate because I don't have any orders for parenting time.
Yeah. No.
So what I would need you to do is file the appropriate motion
I
And
am.
ma'am, Ms. Pickens, I have a question because that way I don't have to waste both of your time, and because of this holidays, the court has no choice but to send it to the front of the court for a parenting time review, which is where you have the right to ask for the parenting classes and stuff, and he has the right to ask for parenting time. That's going to happen. There's only going to be a delay on this, by 4 weeks, and there's already a delay due to the holidays because they're not going to get to you till February. Okay, would it be okay if I send this to the front of the court now and circumvent you guys having to come back, or do you want, because you have the right to have him file the appropriate motion to ask for why he wants parenting time, and then you can respond to it. But
No, you
again,
can go ahead and send it if
Okay.
that makes more sense to do.
yeah, I will send it to the front of the court for custody and parenting time. I'm sorry, parenting time and child support, because
Okay.
those are both reviewable. That circumvents your need for a motion, but you guys have the right to file supplemental. Yeah.
Does that, and I mean, is all of that necessary? Do we need to do that though? Do I need to do that?
Send it to the to go through the front of the court for parenting time. It's eventually
Yeah.
going to get there because the law has no choice. Each of you are both parents to this child. Parenting time shall be granted if it's safe.
Yeah, and it is.
So your argument is it's not safe. His argument is it is, but
But
that
it's not.
the front of the court's going to eventually review this.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, you have the right, because they'll contact you and they'll want to know what your concerns are. How old is this child?
5.
She's 5.
Okay. And you have the right to bring your concerns to the court. He has the right to prove that those are not concerns. And then they have the ability to make a recommendation on how to proceed with doing parenting time safely.
Yes.
Because again, it's going to be granted by law as long as it can be done safely.
Yes.
Mhm.
And the question would then be how to proceed. Okay.
Hey, sir.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
do I go to? So I talked to the last judge, and because I never had any problems with my dog. Like, I've been seeing her for the past year. I started with supervised, unsupervised. Now I have her overnight, and it's just these little minor,
At first it
minuscule
was-
allegations.
That's why I'm sending it to the front of the court for them to
And
vet
do
out.
I
I can't vet all that out on a Friday morning.
I understand that,
Yeah.
sir. And do I go file, because I'm in the process of filing a motion for an order for family court. That's what the last judge told me. So
That's
do I
where you're
go-
at right now.
So do I have to file any more paperwork to get in front of a?
I'm trying,
visitation?
if you paid any attention to what I just did, I'm
sorry,
trying to
sir.
circumvent that and send it straight
Okay.
to the front of the court now,
Yes, sir.
instead of
Thank
you
you.
filing a motion and both of you having to take off work and come
Okay.
back in 4 weeks for a motion that I'm going to have to grant to the front of the court anyway.
Right. Oh, you're right. Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. Any
Right.
questions?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Me too.
The fees were waived by the judge in this matter, so the $300 fee for the front of the court review will be waived. Okay.
Mhm.
I wish both of you luck. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you,
You
sir.
too.
Thank you. Let's go ahead on the record of the matter of Mazer-Aros versus Warden, case number 21-08302 DC. I've read your motion, Ms. Warden. I did not get a response from you, sir. Have you read the motion?
No.
Okay. It appears that according to her, it's your intention to say that you don't want to have parenting time or be involved with the child. Is that correct?
Yes, at the time.
Okay, so you want me to suspend your parenting time?
Not, change, yes.
Okay. I have a question, Ms. Warden. Would you, because it's an odd request. I've had it maybe a handful of times in my career. So some people sometimes do this. My question to you, Ms. Warden, would be, do you want me to suspend it as he's requested, or do you want me to leave it parenting time as agreed? That way, if the child ever wants to see him, you have the right to let the child.
Okay, so during the time of this, during the motion I had filed, it was what I had written, and then I went back to the courthouse to expedite it. And then I wanted to change it to him having him on the weekends,
Okay.
because I'm a single mom in school full time.
Okay. So you would prefer it to be parenting time as agreed?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Mazer-Aros, that would allow you to see the child when and if available. Okay.
Yep.
The court would prefer that because both of you are still parents to this child.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know what's going on in your life, sir, that you would want to suspend your parenting time. Like I said, it's not a request. I've seen it done before because sometimes people are going through things in their own life and they realize that they can't handle the stress or whatever. Parenting is a lot of work, but it is also something the child deserves. But at this point in time, I will make the parenting time to be as agreed by the parties, and I will draft that order myself. Okay? Anything
Okay.
else?
What if we can't come to an agreement about the parenting time?
Yeah, the agreement is by you. You're in control. You have custody. So if there's no agreement, there's no parenting time.
What does that mean exactly?
It means that if he's asked for this weekend and you say, I've got plans, you can say, there's no agreement. You're not going to get up the child this weekend.
But even
You
if there's
can-
an old court ordered one?
That's why I'm entering the order that says parenting time by agreement. That's what
Okay.
you requested for it to be suspended. He requested it to be suspended. I'm just inquiring if that's what the two of you want.
No.
Okay. So you would prefer it to be by agreement then?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, that is how I will set this out. Parenting time will be by agreement of the parties. Is there anything else I can do for both of you?
So do I have to make another court appointment so
For
it can
what?
be to have like a schedule?
You want this set for specific parenting time?
Yes.
Okay, because your request was to say that he wants to be absolved and you wanted full custody and you wanted to stop parenting time. That was
Yes.
your motion.
I went back to the courthouse to try to change it and they wouldn't let
Oh,
me.
okay. Oh, okay. That's what you were trying to tell me. I was
Yes.
trying to figure out what was going on. Okay, I apologize. No.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm okay because I'm confused by the motion before me. Mr. Mazer-Aros, what is your input on having any time with this child? I mean, you
Well,
are the father.
yeah, I wanted time with him. It's just that at the time that this was all happening, I was going through a mental
Like I
issue.
said, sometimes there are people that are going through some things. And yeah, we do
And
suspend for a short period of time, but once that's over, we can also move on. I mean, parenting time and child support are reviewable anytime up to the child is 18 and out of high school.
Yeah.
Okay. So how old is this child?
I'm
4.
4 years old.
4? Okay. So we got another 14 years yet. And Miss Warden, you would like a specific parenting time.
I would because I'm in school and okay, so let me restart. I asked Jose last night if there was any days that he wanted and didn't want so I could work around because I'm not
Right.
trying to make anybody upset. I'm not
Right.
asking for any more child support. Like I'm trying to be very like workable around with. I myself go to school 5 days a week.
Right.
And I take Kai to school every day that he's in school. He's in school 4 days a week because it does not align with Jose's schedule. So I asked
Okay.
for Jose to have Kai Friday, Saturday, Sunday
Okay.
because I
Which
go
is
to
what he's got alternating weekends from Saturday to Monday.
yeah.
Was that done because of a work schedule?
Um, this was so long ago.
Okay. All righty. I have a question. Do the two of you think you can sit down with a mediator and actually put something together? Or do you need a full front of the court recommendation?
Like a mediator in front of the
A
court.
mediator, yeah, front of the court has mediation available that they can sit down with you and help you draft an order together. Because let's face it, I don't know your schedules. I don't know your school schedule. That's not in the motion. I don't know what his work schedule is. I don't know what your work schedule is. I don't know what the child's schedule is. So for me to order some parenting time right now might do more harm than good.
Can I please have the mediator then?
Well, I'm asking if you guys think you can sit down together and come up with an idea, because the mediator can only enter what the two of you agree to. The front of the court review would allow them to make a recommendation regardless of what the two of you agree to. So I'm just asking because I don't know how you two get along. It sounds like you get along semi-okay.
We don't get along at
No.
all.
Okay. Well, the fees have been waived in this case, so I will send this to the front of the court for a full review. Make sure you have your schedules done, ready and prepared so that we know when your schedules are. That way we know when you're available, and the child's schedule. That way we know when the child's available. so that the front of the court can help make a recommendation to get you through this.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Merry Christmas. Good luck with the child. Good. Take care. Okay.
Yes.
All righty. Okay, I was confused.
Yeah, for real.
That did, let me get this straight. That did start with her requesting it to be suspended and him
yes.
agreeing that he wanted it suspended. Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to know if I was
Okay.
going a little cuckoo. Again, this is the 5th Monday of the week.